It's been a minute since we talked about everyone's favorite UK rising star, Amelia, and we have some updates upon the craziness that is happening in the UK right now. This is Amelia TV. Amelia warns why verification isn't about safety. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hello there. How you doing? Only wanting a quick natter with you today. Just food for thought, so to speak. So, we all know several countries are trying to, or already have, introduced social media bans for under 16s. It's a pretty long list, but to me it's all just a tad suspicious. It very much seems like a coordinated effort to de-anonymize the internet, especially now that you have Colorado's Senate Bill 26051, which seeks to bake ID verification into operating system setup.
And I covered that in a previous video, and I remember when I said about that, like, weird how it's stemming from the Australia and the UK and Canada and working its way over to the EU, all the way to now America. Of all the places, of course. But what are we doing?
What on earth does this have to do with the UK, I hear you ask? Because it will affect all of us. The Windows operating system is made in the US, which means every single person in the UK will have to entrust their IDs to someone who had close ties to Epstein. No thanks. Not everyone in the UK even have IDs. It's not mandatory, which means this would effectively lock out millions of people from owning a new computer. But
or more importantly, if people do want to get a new computer, they need to show their ID for it, just like buying alcohol, and then they need to scan it into their computer, into their OS, bake it into the OS when they start their computer up for the first time. Yep.
Don't care. They don't care that it's the only form of contact some people have with the outside world. So the real question is why? Because they want to control voices of dissent, to make it
and they want to know who everyone is so that they can control you.
Easier to track and prosecute them. I don't know about you, but that's not a world I want to live in. But our governments seek to erode what people gave their lives to protect.
Well, it's funny too, because like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, AOL Instant Messenger, 25, what are we talking, 30 years at this point? How long has it been? Where these were just how the internet's always been. And because it's been anonymous, it's been like whatever. Now they want to find out who you are so that they can hold you accountable for saying things. That's insane. For something that's been perfectly fine for decades, now all of a sudden it's a problem? Weird.
So they can silence you for daring to say no. It's not about protecting children at all, and it never was. In fact, if the grooming gang inquiry is anything to go by, they'd sooner hand them over to perpetrators than protect them. It makes me sick to my stomach. And we cannot allow these people to control what we say. Let's not forget what Discord have been trying to do recently.
Oh, Discord's another one.
Don't worry, though. It's for the kids. Oh, by the way, thanks for all your incredible support recently. Over 180 of you tickled the sub button in my last video. Legend. Keep that stuff up, though, yeah? It genuinely helps, and we're so close to 1,000 subs. Time for me to head off, though. Chat again soon, my lovelies, yeah?
This is a really fun channel because it utilizes Amelia in a way to humanize what's actually happening there. Someone who was supposed to be a character that was the evil doer in a video game. And it's like, no, she's actually just the person just letting people know what the problem actually is. It's glorious. Amelia on X. Good morning, Britain. Did you know that the British government refuses to recognize that the English, Welsh, Scottish, and Irish are the indigenous people of these isles? I don't think that's right. Do you? Let's check out what's going on in the UK here. This is American AF. Patriot in the UK attempts to communicate with an African migrant. Lamau, let's hear it.
So with you now.
These are the people that Keir Starmer wants to bring in to vote for him. Fun times. Basile the Great, Rupert Lowe, Tommy Robinson was right about this, giving credit where it's due. Well done, sir.
But I think he deserves credit for what he's got right. And, you know, I'm not sure he's had that. That's an example of where the establishment's let down the British people. And you've had two-tier justice, two-tier policing. And it's really because people are frightened of basically admitting that post-war multiculturalism has failed.
Mm-hmm.
They're frightened of being called a racist, as Emily Maitlis called me, which I ignored.
And that's how we get to situations like this one. New York Post, grinning lunatic wielding 2 giant knives. Yeah, grinning lunatic would not be the... they'll say anything but illegal migrant. Wielding 2 giant knives, stabs a pair in Edinburgh. Seems perfectly fine with it, too. Britain is breaking. The triple stabber in Edinburgh has been arrested under the Mental Health Act. They have ruled out terrorism and said it is a mental health related issue. This absolutely stinks of a cover-up already. Basile the Great, migrant stabber is still barricaded in flat, blood on his hands and wrists. He stabbed 3 people. Why have the police not taken him out yet? There are armed officers on the scene.
This is Calder Gardens on the western edge of Edinburgh. There is a huge police presence here. This block of flats cordoned off, a substantial cordon. There is a man appearing from time to time.
Like the pussification of the police force. They're all just sitting down there, like looking up at this guy, blood on his hands, stabbing people up there. And they're all just like, what do we do? What do we do?
A window on the second floor down from the top. Now, I've seen a close-up image of him, and he appears to have blood along his hands and wrists. He also appears to be the same man who is in a video from around here showing
there he is
carrying a knife in each hand. Now, police say they were called here around 8:25 this morning following reports of someone with a bladed weapon. We understand there was an incident at a nearby supermarket. 2 people have been injured and taken to hospital for treatment.
Now, just imagine having a loved one attacked by that person who should not be in that country in the first place and losing them from your life because of them. Think about that. Think about the ramifications for this policy. Tommy Robinson, second stabbing incident of the day in Scotland, as reports of a stabbing and person barricaded in a home in the Paisley area. Weird. It's almost like this is happening more and more. Man, they just love their stabbing people. Tony Robinson, the Edinburgh knife man has barricaded himself in a high-rise flat. People can be heard telling him to jump. That is wild. Let's head over to some greener pastures. Basile the Great, Restore Britain has released a simple policy breakdown. Take a read below. Immigration and Borders introduced the largest deportation program in British history, achieved net negative migration within 1 parliamentary term, and all small boat crossings via offshore processing. Tighten residency criteria, close high-risk visa routes. I feel like these are all very obvious things, but clearly not obvious in the world that they're living in right now in the UK. Oh, shit. Law and Order. Restore, stop, and search as standard policing practice. Introduce mandatory minimum sentences for knife crime. Strengthen self-defense rights. Legalize pepper spray. Yeah, that's the other thing. You're legally not allowed to have pepper spray with the migrant rape gangs and the Muslim issues over there. Girls can't even legally have pepper spray. Hold a public referendum on capital punishment. Set lowest corporation tax rate in Europe. Abolish IR35 and small business. So, I mean, everything about Restore Britain seems like it's great things and bringing sanity back to the country as opposed to whatever this is. Radio Geneva. Keir Starmer addresses the nation after Iran's attack on British bases in Cyprus. Now, yes, this is a joke, but still.
That I have made mistakes in the past. So today I'm here to show full transparency by telling you all that my latest autumn wardrobe has been donated to me by one of my local community leaders. Don't say anything about it or I will have you arrested. Thank you and Allahu Akbar.
Basile the Great. Islam is taking over British universities. At University College London, as post was made today wishing people well on their martyrdom of Ayatollah Khamenei and telling students to be aware and ready. They're going to start a war. Why have these people been let into our country? This is quote tweeting Woodside School, Glasgow, sold to Front Islamic Regime in UK. What? The Al-Bayt Society and explicitly pro-Iran Islamic regime group have bought the property for $2 million. At least £400,000 was given to them by Scottish taxpayers after SNP government approval. British citizens are being forced to pay for the Islamization of Britain. Last year, the Times revealed that the organization held a vigil for Iran's late president, Ebrahim Raisi, known as the Butcher of Tehran. How does this stuff keep happening? Tommy Robinson, welcome to Modern Britain. Muslims in Manchester, England, are holding a candlelight vigil for tyrant Khamenei. Islamic Center of Manchester should be shut down. They're having a candlelight vigil for that guy, the Death to America guy. Very curious. Basile the Great, if you don't know this already, you should. The Islamists have taken over the Green Party. They will ride it until it gives them power they want, and they will kill everyone who stands in their way. It's the same wherever they go. This is their deputy leader.
We will not be silent. We will raise the voice of Gaza. We will raise the voice of Palestine. Allahu Akbar.
They sound like a pleasant group that definitely won't be bringing trouble to your area. Basile the Great, Trump slams Keir Starmer in latest statement. I'm very disappointed in Keir Starmer. Calls the Chagos Islands deal a very woke thing. Trump is finished with him. Starmer is disgraced. This one I'm not even going to play because you could have an imagination with this one, but UK, Fatima wears the hijab because she is modest and to align with the values of Islam. And that's what they're doing on the back of a bus there. Divine Els, liberal woman, what is being done to protect asylum seekers in the UK from right-wing violence? Honey, I don't know how to tell you this, but there's no such thing as right-wing violence. That is your side. Just because your side does that doesn't mean everyone does it.
And you've talked about giving people.
She's even gotten the Cruella de Vil two-sided haircut going on here with these glasses. Where's your nose rings?
Back their hotels. I want to know why that is more important than the rights of the people living in them, who, by the way, are having like a terrible time.
Oh, never mind. I do see a nose ring. It's on her other nostril. She's safe for her cult.
They're not living in the rich.
What? Like the eyes give it away, by the way. Like these people are fucking nuts every time.
I support them as a charity worker. They've got lice, they've got bed bugs, they're not getting any money, they're not getting any food. Why does that matter more than someone who fancies a trip to a hotel? And what are you all doing to actually make sure that those people are safe in a UK that is full of far-right violence directed against those people? I also really want to know.
Wait, hold on. The UK is full of far-right violence directed against those people. Is it self? Are you quantifying self-defense as far-right violence now? Or are you saying that these people are allowed to be violent because that's their culture, but anyone on the right, if they do anything, then they're the problem? Wild.
Many of you can sleep at night knowing that you are enabling a
let's
genocide where
just deal with one. Let's deal with one.
Let's just put you in an asylum because you were clearly insane, lady. Let's talk about some good news. Amelia says, finally, some good news. Quote tweeting Marin, pretty major change. Statutes now to be reviewed every 3 months and refugees to return when home deemed safe. Permanent protection for refugees to UK has been scrapped. See if that actually holds true, because X to doubt on that. And we'll leave it at this. Amelia saying, wanting deportation isn't racist. We want a safe Britain.
Seatbelts on passengers. Next stop, Rwanda. Waste of time, wasn't it, coming by boat?
Man, I love how this Amelia thing is taken off. Pun intended. It's so glorious, and I think the best part about it is shining a spotlight on something that was for far too long completely ignored by the entire world. And ironically, the Pathways games was just like a funny, oh, that's a silly thing. Oh, wait, that's actually propaganda. And they're trying to make her be the bad guy by being based. Oh, man, this is the best thing that I think's happened to the UK in the past year or so. The next thing would be Rupert Lowe, hopefully having some sort of power to be pushed forward there, and getting rid of Keir Starmer would be the ultimate success. And my heart and my hope is with the UK. I'm glad that I'm able to help with bringing the information to you guys with all this, but holy shit, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you guys are dealing with this stuff. It's brutal, but I'll leave that there. Freedom Corp says, not all of us smash. Some of us could always see. True. Manacon says, Amelia shifting gears in the airplane cockpit. She's gonna put it in 4-wing drive.